In the spring of 1845, 2 British ships sailed into the high Arctic. 129 men were aboard. Not a single one ever came home. It became the worst disaster in polar history, and the truth took 170 years to surface. Their goal was the fabled Northwest Passage, a shortcut through the ice to the Pacific. Britain sent its 2 finest ships, HMS Erebus and HMS Terror, iron-reinforced hulls and steam-driven propellers, heated cabins, a private library, and 3 full years of tinned food. Commanding them was Sir John Franklin, 59. In May, they left England to cheering crowds. His wife waved them off, certain of triumph. In July, whalers watched them enter Baffin Bay. Then the 2 ships sailed north into the ice and vanished completely. The first winter, they camped on Beechey Island. There, 3 young sailors sickened and died. They were buried deep in the frozen ground. Exhumed a century later, their faces were perfect. Skin and eyes preserved by the endless cold. Those frozen graves would haunt the world. But that first winter was only the beginning. The next summer, the ice never let go. In September 1846, both ships were trapped, frozen solid off King William Island. The men waited months for a thaw. It never came. On June 11, 1847, Franklin died. By the following spring, 24 men were dead, Sir John Franklin among them. The survivors left one note in a stone cairn. Its first message, from 1847, read simply, "All well." A year later, scrawled in the margin, came horror. Ships deserted, 9 officers and 15 men gone. The rest would abandon the ships and march south for the distant mainland. 105 men set out across the ice. They dragged a heavy lifeboat on a wooden sledge. Inside it, searchers later found madness. Silk handkerchiefs, scented soap, books, silver forks. Everything except enough food to live. One by one, exhausted and frostbitten, they collapsed and died in the snow. Their tinned food was sealed with lead solder. Their bones held 10 times the normal lead. It poisoned their minds as well as their bodies. Scurvy loosened their teeth, frostbite took their hands. And then the dying turned to the dead. Inuit hunters met the last walking skeletons. They described cooking pots filled with human remains. The starving men had begun eating their own. When the Inuit told England, England refused to believe. Such savagery, they insisted, was beneath a British sailor. So the Inuit testimony was dismissed for generations. Lady Franklin spent her fortune searching for answers. Over the next decade, more than 30 expeditions combed the frozen Arctic. They found only scattered bones and frozen relics. Not one of the 129 had survived. But the Inuit had always known where the ships lay. In 2014, sonar found the Erebus, resting on the seabed, exactly where they said. 2 years later, the Terror appeared, almost intact. Then, in 2024, DNA named one of the dead. Captain James Fitzjames, a senior officer. His jaw bore the cut marks of cannibalism. The ice had spared no one.